What is lost when a home is denied, when equality is cast aside, when they discriminate against you because you're LGBTQ or because of your race or the obstacles you face? Deny you a lender because of your gender? Housing discrimination has no place in our nation.
If you believe you've been denied a home because of your race, color, religion, national origin, familial status, disability, or sex, including gender identity and sexual orientation, go to hud.gov/fairhousing to file a complaint.
Hello. I'm going to go way out on a limb here and do the unthinkable. Got to disregard my educational and financial training in real estate and give you a rule of thumb. Here, this is my list of 5 mortgages Black and brown folk in the United States should know. Again, this is a rule of thumb. I'll give you all my caveats. Maybe not in your case, possibly. Let me hear what you have to say first before I would recommend a mortgage to you. But as far as educating your children before they come out of college and possibly before they even come out of high school, these are the top 5 mortgages you should educate your children about. Let's get into why.
We'll get into the nitty-gritty in later episodes of how you become the perfect candidate a licensed mortgage loan officer is looking for. First, my credentials. Let's get that out of the way. I have 30-plus years experience in mortgage finance, beginning with this MBA in real estate development in the 90s. Lord, I'm old. I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer, which is now required in every state and regulated by this organization, the National Mortgage Licensing Service. I also have a real estate license history. I've also taught realtors, as in this picture here, and hundreds of mortgage applicants what I want to show you today. These realtors wanted to know how to get more buyers. I told them here, this loan program will give your buyers
Generational wealth, because they can buy a home and move in with all the renovations made and have instant equity. Equity is the difference between what you owe on real estate and what you could sell it for on the open market, what you would profit. That's how most American fortunes have been built.
That's number 1 on my top 5 list. Any more questions on my black background, please hit me up at Ken Bissard on X or Ken Bissard on LinkedIn or info@blackandbrownfolk.com.
I'm writing another book, Mortgages for Black and Brown Folk. It's going to have stories from, hopefully, maybe from you, from people about mortgages that they've done, mortgages that I've helped people get, and just helping people see how to do the process, what an application is, what the underwriter is looking for in the application, what credit scores are, how you make your credit score better, how you understand credit scores. I already wrote the book, Teach Your High School Student Credit. Teach Your Children Credit was the name of the book, but it's based for high school students. I want to write a book specifically for high school students. We'll get to that later on. But Mortgages for Black and Brown Folk is the one I'm working on right now. If you have a story about mortgage discrimination or anything, let me know. Send it to info@blackandbrownfolk.com. Thank you.
There are so many stories, so much history around the legacy of discrimination, and the bottom line I want to impress on my listeners, the history of keeping white wealth ahead of any other people group. I ain't mad at them, white folk. When black people ruled the earth, we were just as bad. But look at this. This map was used to separate the races. By mapping where black and brown folk lived in the 30s, government agencies and services, as well as money to finance home buying, could be funneled away from us and towards white communities. Here are 2 good books to go deep into that topic. Today, let's get back to the mortgages. Okay, 2219 Kearney Street was a great house. The bottom could really be used for a separate unit. It could be a 1-bedroom. They have a kitchen that they're roughing in down there, and it's got an outside entrance that we talked about. Great hardwood floors, and I like the house. How'd you like the house? How'd you like the house, Micah?
I do like it a lot.
You liked it a lot?
Yeah.
Okay, well, from the mouths of babes.
If you don't own a home or if you want to make money in real estate, get out and look at homes that need renovation. Make it a family affair. That little fella is almost 6 foot now, but I started him looking at houses when he was 5. Okay, look at this. I'm leaving a lot out for simplicity's sake. Your down payment on this loan is going to be around $13,000. We'll talk later about where you can get that money when we go into down payment assistance programs and nonprofit housing counselors. But right now, as you get ready to pile the family in and drive for dollars like my grandson and I did, let's look at the numbers. You find a home like this one for $300,000 in my hometown of Washington, D.C. This home actually sold for $350,000, but you get what I'm saying. With the 203K loan, you'll get 2 appraisals to tell you the value of the home as is, and then after improvements have been made. So these numbers are solid. You don't have to guess. Second, you only have to put down 3.5% on an FHA mortgage based on the loan amount. Your loan will be the as-is value plus total renovation costs. Number 3 is excellent because the credit scores required for FHA are lower than for most non-government or conventional loans. Easier to qualify. Here's what I like the most. A housing and urban development qualified consultant tells you exactly what the cost is to renovate this home to after improved value. This same home was sold by an investor 6 months later for $850,000. Let's use numbers you're more likely to run into. Okay, here. You found a home for $300,000 that's worth $450,000. After $60,000 worth of renovation, happens every day, here's the important part. Here in 6 months' time, let's say for renovation, and you can roll in up to 6 months mortgage payments with the FHA 203K loan, you gain $88,000 in generational wealth. That's one way to start closing the wealth gap. This is my neighborhood a few years ago when my grandson was just knee-high. See these homes? If you had bought them then, they would have gone up in value. Real estate generally goes up in value. Whether you're buying a home or investing in real estate, you can find out the value of a property and how much it will cost to renovate that property without being a real estate expert. People lose money on real estate speculation every day. What I'm trying to share with black and brown folk is how to invest in your own home. Think of it as an investment because it is, especially for your children, or investment property using other people's money and other people's expertise. I'm here to help. Here's that same house now on the market for $1.1 million. The money is out there. Real estate, whether your own home or as an investment property or rehab project you and your friends decide to take on, is a great way to build generational wealth in the black and brown community. I'll be going over the other 4 mortgage programs and why I think they're so important, along with credit reporting education to teach our children. This is Ken Bassard, creator of Mortgages for Black and Brown Folks, signing off.
History notes the federal government, specifically the Federal Housing Administration or FHA, would not finance developments unless restrictive covenants were written into the deeds forbidding sales to non-Caucasians. Even the Veterans Administration participated in denying VA loan benefits to Negroes in particular. It took a Supreme Court decision, Shelley versus Kramer, to determine these covenants violated the equal protection provision of the 14th Amendment. Know your history.
I'm sitting at my dad's desk, Chief Master Sergeant Nathan Bassard. He passed on to me a dedication to hard work, love of family, and pursuit of the American dream.
He wasn't perfect, and as you'll see through the course of these videos, as far as I'm concerned, none of us are. History is perfect, though.